We back. Welcome back. We back, man. It's been a long while, man. I'm glad we back. We chopped it up a little bit, but this, like, today starts the grind, right? Like you've seen us, from time to time. We might drop some shorts here and there. Of course, throughout the off season when news break, we might pop in and talk about some stuff, but this right here really starts the grind, right? This starts the grind. What, 6 months, 7 months, maybe? It's crazy. Already to January. Hopefully we got some good conversations going into January. Can we get some February pods when our team is still got games to be played? I don't know, man. I don't know. Uh Today is the celebration of the official purchase of the Washington Commanders by Josh Harris. Yesterday, the 20th, was the day that the owners voted to approve it. Today is when the signature was signed. So today is actually the day. This is the day the Commanders announced the sale. So yeah, man, we excited, man. But training camp is I think the rookies are there. I think the vets report tomorrow, and practice start on Wednesdays, Tuesday, the 23rd. So we are definitely excited to get back into it, man. So yeah, we're just gonna get right into training camp. We're gonna talk about some news from over the past couple weeks, catch up what everybody's been doing. And we're gonna start building this road to 53, man. We're gonna have our own OTH 53. We're gonna have all the players throughout camp, and every week we're gonna look at this 53, this roster, I think, of 90. We're gonna look at it and see who do we move here, a couple position battles. We're gonna highlight, so we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun this training camp, man, and we cannot wait. So I'm on the other side of this, man. We're gonna get right into it, man. Let's go. I know it looks like Ceelo is at a hotel, but he disappeared. I don't know exactly where he is. But Breeze, what's good, man?
What's good?
There you go.
Good. Is he back? Is he still frozen?
He trying to slide around the camera. Welcome back to Owning the Huddle podcast. Brother Deuce is here. He's here to defend his O-line. I'm getting sick and tired of you dudes and this fan base talking about my O-line. We gonna handle this today. I said tell CJ to drop that.
No, y'all not taking that, bro. Y'all not taking that.
Nah, it's over. You already put it out there, DT.
It's a great day for me, but what will be a better day will be when we get this team to a place where we're playing beyond the regular season, where we're competing for a championship.
Yo, what up? What is good? Ceelo, what's good, man? Can we get to the point, like Meyer said, that we're playing in February? Like, is that even a possibility? Can we get into February?
It's absolutely. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah.
Man, it's absolutely a possibility. We just got to get this thing rolling. You know what I mean? We got to get this thing rolling, man. It's very possible. But we just need a little bit of competence and some players. It'll be all right.
Man, we back, man. DT, you know what I'm saying? No, we know he was in, Florida for about 4 or 5 weeks. And that's not enough time to produce what he has in his hand. So DT,
out the
introduce us to the niece, bro.
Hey, y'all. So, this right here is Kingston Nehemiah Lee Riggs. This is my first ever nephew.
nephew. Welcome.
And
Welcome to
Welcome
the
to the gang, nephew.
and
Future
had
commander.
to cancel with him a couple minutes before I got on the show. So I'm washing some sheets right now.
Breeze.
Yo,
Breeze has
yo.
had, out of all of us, I think he's had the busiest off season, man. Bring us up to date, Breeze, man. Where we at, man?
Man, what has gone on since the season ended, man? I'm then got, back into coaching football. My football season getting ready to start back up, Cooling Up with Coach Breeze podcast brought to you by EBO Beer Butter is officially kicked off, and
Yes,
keep doing
sir.
that.
Yes, sir.
I got something on the way for y'all too. I'll tell y'all off camera, but we got some stuff cooking up behind the scenes, and we finna have some fun, man. But that we ain't about that right now. This is OTH and Redzone DC Media, and the gang is back.
Yeah, man. Definitely excited, man.
New location. You know what I'm saying? Back, I'm ready. I'm with whatever.
Got the head, got the headphone, got the mic.
Yeah, man. I feel official now,
My OBO came in yesterday too, man. I used it this morning. Pretty good, man. I got to do the shout out. I wanted to try it first, make sure I ain't have to lie, but I don't have to lie. It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff, man. Lasted all day, man. I'm definitely excited about it. Yeah, man. So, like I said, man, we are back. Let's get to the comments, man. Hey, Miss Janet, Yam is in the building. Miss Janet, Milton, all hail. That's right. We feeling good about this season. We're gonna see how good. Just like at the top, at the beginning, where we are now. Before we get into it, we're gonna go around the room. We're gonna see how everybody feeling about this season, man. Milton, everything gets better from now on. Yes, happy Josh Harris Day to everyone out there. I just got done watching Receivers. I just want football already. Have you checked that out, Breeze?
I have not. I'm
What?
gonna binge watch it. Man, listen, I'd have had my hands full with receivers of my own, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been living it. Yeah, man, I've been living it, but I'm definitely gonna check it out though.
And college football 25 has put a wrench in a lot of our plans.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, it's a lot, man.
Yes, congrats. URE in the building. What's good? All right, so let's start with DT, right? Before we get into whatever, everything from off season up to now, just a broad look at what this season could be.
Well,
and we have already had our first mad silence of the season from DT.
hey man, I got like 7 things going on, but I think for this off season, it was a lot of change. Probably the most I have ever seen when it comes from up top, comes for the personnel, comes for the coaching staff, and still currently going through changes right now. Adam Peters and Josh Harris are currently getting guys well respected around the league, and they're putting together I would say a very great quality staff around this Washington organization. But I think the biggest thing for us now is trying to see, will it lead to wins? Will it lead to wins for this franchise that has been desperate for the past 30-some years of our lifetime? That remains to be seen. But the changes was well needed, especially for football team wise. I like what we did. Now, we can't fix everything in one off season, but we just have to sit here and watch how things move along, and we'll be good on how this team looks.
Where you at, Breeze?
Oh man, I was retweeting the link. What's the question?
Just abroad, just not no like position by position, just your outlook of the season.
Oh man, I've been doing a great job, with my initial all-season plan, and that's staying calm and trying to remain as humble as possible until I don't have a reason to be. Yo, what's up, y'all?
I don't know, man.
So
a couple weeks ago, you almost came out of that, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm trying my best. But nah, man, I'm cautiously optimistic for the season. I think all signs are for the time being trending upward. You know what I mean? Like DT said, new front office. Everything is new at this point. We're going to get into it at some point, but everything is new at this point. and everything is trending upward. We got people wanting to play here, coaches wanting to coach here, players wanting to play here. Like, everything just feels new and fresh. I can't wait for for them. I'm waiting for them to hit the field, and that's coming up right around the corner. A few days from now. So I'm gonna continue to be optimistic and cautious, but I'm excited. Get a little reserved.
My cousin, I don't know if y'all can read that.
Mm.
Yo, you think I can go with you to the Bears game? Now, this is a Broncos fan, right? We went to the Broncos game last year. He didn't go. I got him one. They was doing a memorabilia, and they gave like the Super Bowl ring, whatever for the fan. So I got him one. Right. This is a Broncos fan asking me if he could go to the Bears game. The Bears game. That's crazy, man. Ceelo, where you at, man?
Yeah, man, I'm in the same boat. I think it's a good vibe around the teams. To general, just a fresh vibe and feeling throughout the team and fan base. You got a new ownership officially from the ground up with a new front office exec and Adam Peters, and from there it just feels very much like everyone has everything in control, right? So we can talk a little bit later about certain players or position groups, but for the first time, it just feels very much like a professionally run organization. And I think everybody kind of senses that. So you just trust the process and let things kind of play out. I just feel like it's a really, really good start. I just want to keep that momentum going throughout. I know, how seasons go up and down, emotions and stuff like that, but I feel like it's a really, really strong start. And we haven't played one game yet. People are already talking about
haven't have a real practice yet.
Not even a real practice. People talking about, oh, it's the best, best. I'm so glad we got Dan Quinn, and everyone's already like chalking up to success, which is great, right? It's just a great feeling to have. I don't think we've had that feeling in a long time. So I feel real good about everything that I'm seeing and reading about.
Yes, I just really hope we have more people tempering their expectations for 24-25. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Yeah, the team will be better, but I don't see a complete. It's very difficult to see that. Like, it's very difficult based on history of just generally in the NFL, right? Yes, you do have teams every year go from worst to first, right? But there are also like 6 or 7 of those teams that didn't go from worst from one of the worst teams to one of the best teams, right? Well, we have 8 divisions, right? We got 8 divisions. So if one team does it, that's still 7 teams that didn't do it. You know what I mean? So you have to look at it from both ways. But hey, everyone wants to be that team. Everyone wants to be the outlier. Chuck was good. Chuck. Deron was good. 19 years for a stadium. Yikes, get used to FedEx. I think Ceelo, like I say, I hate when he gives certain takes because they end up coming true. But we might just be at FedEx. Like that. Like I'm kind of over the RFK thing, bro.
I mean, I'm burnt out on it. I mean, at this point, it's gonna be where it's gonna be. And I have zero control over that. So, I would rather not have to go out to Loudon and way out there if that's where it's gonna be at. But I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I'll wherever it's at, I'll find my way there.
I mean, me personally, like, I could honestly care where they're gonna be playing. My biggest goal for this team is just to be winning. Like, that's really all I care for. Like, we've been losing at FedEx and all this other stuff. I'm like, yeah, FedEx can be better, but really, we had an owner that was shortchanging us. He was pulling the Terry Crews from Everybody Hate Chris. So, like, I just think, man, if the more we win, I think we're really going to care less about it. I think people are going to travel regardless. We've seen people travel from all over the place to FedEx. So ain't no way in the world Commanders fans can't tell me they're going to be mad about a certain location, whether it's the Maryland, DC, or Virginia.
So, like, I've been saying this in this on social media and stuff. I still believe this is not the worst stadium in the NFL. I will stand by that. I've been to Hard Rock. I've been to a few stadiums. I'm like, Come on,
Hard
man.
Rock standing now after that soccer game, so Hard Rock definitely under pressure now. They almost tore Hard Rock down.
Exactly, right?
They crushed that joint, bro.
Man, listen. So I think the stadium thing is very much stadium name. All these little like outside, conversations is really a reflection of, man, we ain't got much football to talk about because we keep, by October come around, we out of the playoffs and everybody's kind of sort of thinking about other things. I think when the season starts, I feel like we have a lot to talk about, and I think the more and more and more, we have a competitive football team, the less you're going to hear about some of this other stuff like the stadium, which to me is overblown in my opinion. So
I think to add to that, I think the stadium stuff, a lot of it gets overblown because people see the newer stadiums that have kind of really since, I guess, like Levi Stadium in San Francisco, ever since then, well, it's not really in San Francisco, but ever since then, all the other newer facilities, everybody's looking like, well, we just got a bowl. Like, it's like everybody's got TVs and big, everything is big, fancy, shiny, brand new, luxury, everything. And they just looking at what we have. And, I've only been to FedEx as far as NFL stadium. What is it now? Commanders Field. I've only been to Commanders Field as far as like NFL stadiums, and I think maybe the Ravens Stadium one time. So I don't really have and the link is cool too. But like for people who have traveled and been to other stadiums, like they would have a better opinion of exactly what a trash stadium is. But I've been in some trash stadiums though, and FedEx Field is not. Commanders Field isn't the worst I've been in.
With the whole Dion, when he was at Jackson State, they had their classics. So I went there for that. And I was like unimpressed. And this is a guy coming from the, FedEx Field. I'm like, or Commanders Field. So, been to Bengals, and been to see the Saints. And I just felt like where they're maybe a little bit better, it wasn't like it was like orders of magnitude better or FedEx's or Commanders Field's orders of magnitude less. It's just context, and so I just feel like now that we have a competent ownership group and they already put money in, like day one, they were putting money in, trying to do little things to help the fan experience. That'll continue. I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, I think game day experience definitely plays a big role in that. Obviously, the team hasn't been good. So, like, on top of the stadium not being shiny and fancy and all that kind of stuff, the product on the field hasn't been much either. Like, the Superdome isn't big, fancy, and it's big, but it's not fancy and shiny and brand new.
Like 40 years old.
Right, but the atmosphere, they literally tore half of it down during a hurricane. You know what I mean? Like, but the game day atmosphere in that stadium, from what I hear, is like second to none.
It's
insane,
crazy, bro.
It's incredible.
Insane.
Right.
It's the fans to make that. And the winning team, which used to be kind of with
they have a Super Bowl in there, so
and a Super Bowl in there too. So a lot of Super Bowls in there actually.
Yeah. Well, I meant as far as the Saints winning one. Like the team itself, the home team at stadium had Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Gosh, I'm just looking for which players set themselves apart as a potential future of the team. The one you did is a cool runaway, but I care about who's going to step up, take us into the future. And that's the thing, man. Like, we're gonna definitely get into that as the as training camp progresses. But a lot of people is looking into the draft, right? Like holding picks because we need this and need that. But what if some of those players are currently on this team, right? That we're not sure about, or we don't know what they could be, right? And one of them is a big one, is a left tackle, right? What if Coleman surprises everyone and by the end of the year, he's looking like he could be the tackle of the future? Like, what if that happens? And then that changes the whole draft, right? If you feel like you have your left tackle, like that changes the whole draft. Or what if the other three guys in the middle, like Allegretti, Cosme, and the center. Tyler Biotis. Like, what if they end up making the line look like a complete turnaround just by being able to hold that pocket in the middle so Jaden can step up? Then that might change the whole draft. If if it's just Lucas out there, you might not want to spend your first round pick on the tackle if that's the case. Like, there are so many variables that can come into play. Deron says, what would disappoint you? We're gonna get into that. I was gonna say congratulations on your nephew, DT. Ms. Jan agreed with something Ceelo said.
Ain't used to that.
Yeah.
You get used to it.
Ian saying DQ was the pick from day one. How did that make you feel? Let's start with you, Ceelo.
Don't believe that. Don't believe that 1 second. Respectfully to Mark. What are you gonna say? Right? You got your man in the building. You want to promote, his ability to his confidence, into him. What good is going to say? Oh, by the way, we really wanted Ben Johnson, or we really wanted was it McDonald that went to Seattle, but we ended up with Dan Quinn. So I think from my perspective, the way they went about, the hiring process, clearly they were doing their due diligence. But they also let Dan Quinn walk out the door. So it wasn't like he was overwhelmingly, first choice. But I think they did like Dan. I mean, clearly they liked him, and he has already proven that he has cachet. He knows what he wants. He knows what his offense look like, defense look like. Day one, Joe Witt joined him, and so on and so forth. So I'm not, definitely. I think so far so good. I just don't know if I believe that was his first pick out the box.
I don't know, man. So DT, what if I tell you that Bruce Wayne wanted him, but Josh Harris wanted Ben Johnson. Ian wanted Ben Johnson. Magic wanted McDonald. Like that could be the case.
Well, I'm glad somebody brings some clarity to that quote, because it was actually Adam Peters' choice of who the coach he wanted. Ian was just repeating, what it said. But I actually believe, Dan Quinn was probably higher than what a lot of people expect, because based on the experience and how he built his teams. Now, of course, we were all on the cycle of old boy from Detroit, but that definitely fell through for the last couple of weeks until we listened to John Keim and Adam Schefter and things of that nature. And then we had guys like McDonald. That was probably someone I wanted to get, but I'm not really. I could care less who their choice was, but I do believe that was their choice. Now, he did walk out the building, but I don't think Dan Quinn is this type of guy that's like, oh, he had like a horrible tenure and wherever he was as a retread coach. Like, he actually won some games despite some of the things he had to deal with. It was just after the Super Bowl, once you let go Kyle Shanahan, you can't find nobody else like Kyle. And, you're going through offenses, your defenses not living up to the expectations what we hire you for. So it was just a lot of things for his first tenure as a coach. But I definitely believe that Adam really wanted someone on the vet side of the coach, and someone who's been there and done that, to go with him as a GM as they go through the first couple of years of this tenure.
For sure. Kim says she wanted the stadium in DC. I'm over it. I'm over it, man. What's up, Ray Eye? Deron say Ceelo was cooking. Deron, he sure is. And Ceelo, yeah, you know what? Yeah, like, you try Debbie Downing, yeah. Man, but it'd be like we could be there. Like we could be at Commanders Field. Like we could walk in there September 15th and be like, yo, this is crazy. Like, we already got when they was doing all the bathrooms, right? They was finishing the speakers. The first couple levels they supposed to renovate it. The top level they supposed to renovate. Like, we could literally walk in there, and even when the players could start tweeting out stuff for like the locker rooms could be renovated, right? Like, all that stuff could be. I mean, they had enough money to do a lot of that stuff. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
It'll be all right.
Lots of money. FedEx is old. There are 8 states older than FedEx, but they have much better history, providence, and continued upgrades. None of that applies to FedEx. Yeah, and we just don't know how late it is, to do those things. Because if you had someone that was keeping up with the maintenance all these years, it wouldn't cost as much money to actually, repair whatever it is that need to be repaired. Coaching was such a huge disappointment. We didn't know we needed a grade to mid-season. Dustin, where you been at, man? Dustin, you've been on a hiatus. No time to come back, man. Training camp is here. Time to come back, man. If DQ was the one from the jump, then we have a second interview. Why do we have it? Yeah, Miss Janet. I ain't getting to it, Miss Janet. What's up, Danny? Nah,
You know-
Dan, we back at it, man. We back at Sundays at 9:30. This is how we run throughout the season, man. We here every, just the Sundays at 9:30. So this is where we at. Appreciate you, Steve, Commander. Time podcast with the 499. What did they call? I forgot what they call him. Shout out. I forgot what they call it. But we appreciate it, man. He says, welcome back, fellas. Make sure y'all hit that like button and sub up. With Ceelo, we'll never know the truth on DQ, but that's right, Steve.
That's right.
Appreciate you, Steve. Command Time podcast for sure. Hit those dudes up, man. Let's see what else we have. DQ was a better option, hindsight being 2020. Of course, engine free agent destroyed.
We kind of gotta wait and see how it plays out, though. I mean, as excited as we are for DQ and how things seem, they can go out there and go 1-16 this season, and everybody want DQ fired. So you know what I'm saying? Like, it feels great. It looked great. It feels great now, but we still gotta let the season actually play out to make sure it's actually, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
I still think McDonald's is the first choice.
Yeah, I don't think DQ was their first choice.
I
think DQ might have been in their top 3.
Right.
But I don't think he was their first choice, though.
I think Seattle outbid them, and they had a price for what they wanted to pay and the length of the contract, and Seattle said, we'll pay you more, and that was it. That's just my little, conspiracy theory.
Well, but I also think with Seattle, they have a little bit
CJ, get on YouTube,
CJ.
You got YouTube in the hospital. Shout out to CJ in the hospital, man. Get better, man. Get healthy, man.
Get
well, man. My bad, DT.
I was just saying, I just feel like Seattle is, in terms of talent, they're further along than what Washington is right now. Like, they have pieces on defense, they have pieces on offense. We'll just see. But in terms of how both those coaches that we wanted, in terms of how they assembled their coaching staff, I don't really know nobody on the Seattle coaching staff compared to what Darren Quinn has brought over here. And we got coaches. I'm talking about people with pedigree. I'm talking about people with tons of experience. We even got some up-and-coming guys like a Brian Johnson. Now, of course, we know with him in Philadelphia, he got canned, but more and more reports are coming out. It's starting to look like Sirianni was the culprit going on in Philadelphia. So I'm all in on the Dan Quinn hire, man. He might not have been the guy we wanted, but anytime you bring a ton of coaches like that, especially like a Ken Norton, I'll say, linebacker, we ain't had no linebackers in 10 years, but,
Andy.
Linebackers is London Fletcher, man.
That's crazy. Andy, what's good, Andy?
Yo.
Yeah, man, the pond, the takeover, the UK takeover is coming September 15th that weekend, and we saw pictures from last year, so we know it could get crazy with them dudes, man. Definitely shout out Andy, man.
Do y'all think, to DT's point, do y'all think there's going to be any issues with the coaches in terms of power struggle and all that kind of stuff, or you feel like we good on that front?
I think we good on that front for now.
For now,
I think they specifically hired people that kind of agreed with and would go along with whatever the hierarchy was going to be that they were setting up. And, hey, this is, they laid out how it was going to work and all that kind of stuff. So everybody's aware of what their job is, no overcoaching and all that kind of stuff. I think I'm confident that Adam Peters and Dan Quinn kind of laid that foundation out from day one.
Yeah, I don't see no problems as of right now. But we know if we're talking about last year, what doomed the Carolina Panthers was it was too many cooks in the kitchen. And to the point where the rookie quarterback didn't know who was the one setting up the game plan or calling the plays on Sunday. I don't think we're going to have anything of that nature coming with this team. And plus, I think with Cliff, he's going to have a perfect balance of a person that's going to understand new passing concepts and with a mobile quarterback just like Jalen Hurts with Brian Johnson. And you got Anthony Lynn coming from multiple teams where he has had good running games and stuff. So they're going to make a collaborative effort to make this offense evolutionize and more modern to what Jaden Daniels and a lot of these guys can do on this offense.
I don't think Ron said revolution at all. Any form of the word. The whole time he was.
And we were playing nice
football,
bro, with a 15% a spread. That was nasty, bro.
Crazy work.
But now I don't see like a lot of people I've talked to, like some of the beat reporters and Some people that's like familiar with it, all of them, like not one had a concern that, and I gave them a scenario like, what if they start out like 0-4, right? I mean, a lot of people have done the other person's job in that, and on that staff has been in that other person's shoes. And he's like, nah, Dan Quinn will be able to mend it. We'll be able to keep that ship afloat. And of course, we don't know until we actually get here. But it seems like, the respect he garners from the team he put together, it could be official, man. But again, losing changes everything. Jason Wright, Breeze.
Oh boy. Oh, let me
There goes the show.
Just so y'all know, he ain't talking about me. He's just talking about the topic itself is going to go left.
Right.
Not me. I'm a Jason Wright supporter. Just preface any comments about that. Where we going to start at, dude?
Like, thank you, Jason Wright.
Thank you. Absolutely. 100%. Thank you, Jason Wright. Best wishes. And whatever the next steps are moving forward. I personally appreciate you. Most of us, some of us, half of us, a group of us appreciate your efforts and the work that you put in, and to the people who don't, whatever, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, whatever to you, man.
Yeah.
I think it's just like DT is like, yes, he of course he made mistakes, right? He bellied up to those mistakes, but people, it seems like they have a misunderstanding that he was the owner, right? It's like they have a misunderstanding, like as if he was the owner. He was not he could only do what was approved for him to do, right? I did a post the other day, and I don't know a lot of you out there that saw the first Friday, right? Jason Wright go to what we call him, Baltimore, right?
Mm-hmm.
You go to him, hey, look, I need $2 million to fix the restrooms. Baltimore says, look, I got 200,000.
I ain't even got it.
Jason Wright say that ain't enough. And if for those of you that watch Friday know who Smokey Mother is, Baltimore told him make it enough. Like that has been the whole term, bro.
So.
Make it enough. That's crazy.
Make it enough.
Man.
I don't know, man.
Jason Wright has taken the blame for so much stuff. Like, he was the front man for all of the majority of the BS of the end of the Snyder era and the transition over. Like, he's taken the brunt of all of that punishment when the overwhelming majority of it has nothing to do with him. It's not his fault. It's not his job function. It's just he was the face of it, and he gets the blame because he's the most recognizable face that's a part of it.
And he had to be. Like, he was out in front doing what the owner should be doing.
Mm-hmm.
But he had to do it because, go ahead, Ceelo. I know you like to say this part.
Like you said, he was a de facto owner. He was going to league meetings. He was out there in training camp. Not training camp. He was out there at the draft party, shaking hands. I shook his hand, just being very, very personable and cordial, and just seeing, he was trying to get people back and visiting, FedEx Field at the time, and just get back excited about the team amidst all that stuff that was going on. Like I say all the time on social media and stuff, most people don't know who the hell, their president is. Most people don't know who that guy is. He's behind the scenes, or she's behind the scenes. They're doing their thing. They're running the show because it's a very, hidden, thankless job because they're just doing business stuff. Here we are talking about a guy because obviously he's first black in his position, and he was in a situation where he was trying to help this team get over that certain situation and transition to the next ownership. So it's a thankless job, and he took all the swords and all the bullets for Voldemort, the previous dude. But I was just gonna say that I think it all stems to winning and losing, bro. I'm just telling y'all, everything starts with the team. As long as we don't win, everything else is going to matter. The second we start winning, the second we start, being competitive and being talked about as amongst one of the better teams in the NFC or the NFL, you won't hear a peep about name, stadium, Jason Wright, or whoever the president is. I mean, whatever is going on behind the scenes, because no one's going to care. We're going to talk about football. I'm telling you, that's where it starts.
I agree with everything you just said, Ceelo, but I'm over here looking at paragraphs popping up in the comment section and just waiting for Deuce to start.
Yeah, I'm about to hit it now. What's up, David, man? Appreciate you.
Yo, what's going on?
Joining on. Everyone else that's on X, we definitely appreciate y'all.
Go to YouTube. Thank you.
Go to YouTube. You can get the link from any of our pages. You get it from the tweet I sent out. Definitely appreciate it. But yeah, hey David, I do want to hit you up, man. Maybe get you on the show sometime, talk some ball. All right, hey Dak. Here we go. How can you work somewhere when you're not giving any autonomy to do your job? If what y'all saying is true, then I don't respect him for staying and just being a yes man.
I don't think he was a front man.
Yes, that is yes
man though.
Well, I'm gonna just say this. It's gonna ruffle some feathers. Last time I checked, our team president was Bruce Allen. So anyone trying to replace Bruce Allen while the main culprit is still there and y'all expecting things to be sweet and sugar and honey, nah. When you at your job, bro, you're going to have to do your job to the best of your ability. You're going to make mistakes. You ain't going to please everybody.
Nobody best.
Hey, we talk about Jason Wright. I almost thought this dude was the head coach of the Commanders, bro. I legit think we talked just as much about Jason Wright as we talked about Ron Rivera, bro. And yes, there were some faults. There were some things like, okay, you could have done better right here. Okay, I probably wouldn't go this route, but my God, and then especially the whole Sean Taylor situation back to back. That's the one that killed everybody. Of course, like I said, could have been better. But then when we address it and we find out the truth behind some of that stuff, y'all still want to bash the man. I seen dudes comment. They still want to bash the man.
And don't get me, this is not like a, defend Jason Wright segment. Like no, DT said, like he made mistakes. You know what I mean? There are things that he didn't do right. He made mistakes on. He could have done better for sure. But to that point, I say, again, nobody bats 1,000. And you're talking about somebody who was coming with essentially tasked with running this organization that has no prior knowledge or of the history and all of that of this organization. So with some of the things that people are having gripes with, like you can't hold somebody responsible for something that they may or may not even know. You know what I mean? Right. There should have been a team of people, which they now have, that, hey, Jason, maybe you should do this. Maybe you should do this. Doug Williams ain't gone nowhere. Don't nobody blame Doug for nothing. He's supposed to be, I believe his current title is like senior advisor or analyst, something like that. Like his job is to make sure
they change his job every year.
Yeah, man. I know, man.
Doug's been there for a minute. Man,
Doug only been DC and Grambling. That's it. Nowhere else. Like Tampa for a little bit. Like,
yeah, he definitely caught a lot of strays. And I think that lady Garage was talking about that work. Didn't they bring her back?
Miss Peggy.
Yeah, I thought they brought her back. And you right that like when it came to the Trent Williams situation, right? I always said that if Dan loved him as much as Dan proclaimed that he did, right? If he wanted him as much as he said he wanted him, if he was so much of the good guy, why didn't Trent get paid? You can't tell me because Bruce Allen ain't want him on the team. What do you mean Bruce Allen ain't want? It's not his team. Everyone that Dan wanted, Dan got. So you can't tell me that Bruce Allen was like the definitive reason why they traded Trent. If Dan really wanted him.
And also we're bashing Bruce Allen not for being a team president either. Like that's the least of his issues. I mean, he was trying to get a stadium. He was trying to do the same things Jason has been trying to do when his tenure was here. So that's not why we're bashing Bruce Allen. So you mixing up two different issues. Bruce was just a horrible general manager.
Yeah.
Period.
I would say Bruce also had
Football
say over football issues too. Jason Wright had nothing to do with football.
Yeah, Bruce had the whole title. So my issue with Bruce was mostly on football. I know other stuff happened not acceptable, so I'm not talking about that. But as far as the part that I cared about so much, as far as playing football, Bruce was horrible at that.
Why didn't
So
Doug tell Jason?
Facts, Arthur. That's facts. They
Yeah.
ain't even one
If
thing.
I'm not mistaken, Bruce was general manager from like 2014 to I think 16. Then he just stayed as president.
They hired Scott McLuhan, right? And then
He stepped out of the role for McLuhan.
For McLaurin.
And then he fired him and he went right back into
Went right back. Yep. So for a year, 2 years, I guess it was.
I think.
Only,
2.5,
was it two?
maybe.
Right.
Maybe
It was,
a
I
year and a
think
half.
Before he came in 15.
Yeah, I thought it was like a year and a half.
maybe a year and a half. But
Yeah.
whatever it was short.
Yeah, he didn't, man. But yeah, man, like look, Jason Wright we ain't saying like he's perfect, right? You know what I'm saying? Of course he made mistakes also, man, but from what he had, man, I just think like bashing him and dogging him, for everything. Like people saying it's his rebrand and he chose the name and he was all excited about. I mean, what do you expect? What do you expect to do? But that's the thing we talked about last year. Remember, we talked about what if we put you in the spotlight? What if we go to your job and see what your manager making you do? Yeah, let's see how much how much you willing to be like, nah, I ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? But it's a difference, man. Scott McLuhan drafting Dotson. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Let's definitely get out of that.
He had a couple of gaffes.
Yeah, let's definitely get away from that. All right, so I think we had enough about IU, right? I think we all put our stuff out there with IU.
Yep.
I think we're done with IU. The season is here now. Training camp is here. A couple of days. I had enough content for the last 2 weeks, Brandon. IU, I definitely appreciate you. Your willingness to give us content. Thank you so much, my brother. All right. Road to 53, right? We're gonna be we're okay. I got a point. Oh, here we go. He took a while to type this out on Twitter. So let's see. Wait. You just told me that it's Dan Snyder's team. Y'all pick and choose when y'all want to blame certain individuals, even if Bruce Allen's responsibilities were football and non-football. Y'all set the precedent that Jason Wright can't be blamed because it's Dan Snyder's team, and same for Bruce Allen. I think you A-dotting. Yeah, I think you A-dotting. Yeah, that is true, right? Like when you think about Bruce Allen and the things that he was doing, like my point was always Dan Snyder puts the signature on it, right? Dan Snyder approves everything, regardless of who's in office. Like, regardless of whoever it is, Dan Snyder ultimately is the one that approves everything. It's up to the owner to decide, well, how much am I going to interfere or how much input am I going to give?
My thing is that, and I've said this before, is that Jason Wright is not without blame. I just feel like the majority of people blame him for things that aren't actually his fault, that aren't actually his job function, or that even fall way under, like way below the chain of command, even on the business side of things. Like if you look at like a retail store, right? The store manager is not 100% held responsible for whatever the lowest cashier on the payroll does. If they mess up a transaction, that doesn't fall completely back on the store manager. Like, yeah, there's a hierarchy for a reason. Certain things for everything business wise is not Jason Wright's fault. So I think a lot of people blame him for things that aren't fully his fault, or don't cross his desk essentially.
Yeah.
But he's going to be he's done. He's going to be out at the end of the year. So very interested to see who the new team president is going to be. He probably brings someone that he's familiar with, I'm sure. All right, road to 53. Hold on a second. So first we have to decide. So what are we going to do with the road to 53? Right, this week and next week. This week we're going to do defense. Next week we're going to do the offense. And basically, we're just going to set up. We're going to take the full roster. I think they're at 90. It might fluctuate here and there with different players or whatever, just this and that. But what we're going to do is we're going to look at 53, right? We're going to highlight the 53 on the how many number that we're going to have on defense. We're going to highlight it, and then we're going to have players, that's on the bubble that could possibly be practice squad. And then every week, like, information changes. Like, information is going to change. Some players, got different position battles. They might stand out more. So then we bump them out of the 53 and bring in that person. So it's going to be fluid. It's going to be fluid all the way up until the day of, or the day that they actually select their 53. So join us every week. Send us tweets or whatever if you like it, if you want to switch out somewhere, however it is you want to be. But today we're going to do defense. And like, what we actually need to discuss real quick about this is, are we going to do a 4-2-5 defense?
A mix. I think it's going to be a mix.
Yeah, we talking about
I think the base personnel will probably be a 4-2-5. Even though, I don't even know what the defense is going to be. To be honest with you, man.
I mean, we don't, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can see a scenario where a 4-2-5 is used, but I to be completely honest with you, that fifth defensive back I think will be used damn near like a linebacker though, so it'll look like a 4-3 in a lot of times though.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it really depends. Go ahead. What you say, Ceelo?
Is that what they ran in Dallas? Like a 4-2? A 4-2? Okay.
Yeah, and he's pretty much forced to do it too. They lost them linebackers.
Oh, injuries. Yeah.
I just think about. I mean, we'll get into it.
I gotta figure this out. I ain't even try this thing. It's as small as a move. Hold on.
I would hate to say it. I feel like when you look at somebody like a Jeremy Chin, who's a lock to be on the team, basically, like, I think they want him to kind of be a hybrid role, more of a linebacker, and have more versatility at safety. Even in a 4-2-5, he'll probably be that fifth person, but the majority of that time will be spent in the box, looking and functioning more like a linebacker than a safety.
All right. So for the sake of this, we're going to do 4-2-5, and we understand, of course, different personnels. All right. So, Dustin says, hold on, breathe. Let me change this real quick.
The main three problems. Main three question marks. I agree.
Yeah, DC, your mic is a little muffled. We have a lot of young linemen. We do need the two of them to develop. If Bob Myers is the choice for team press. No, wait a minute. No, we ain't got time for that. He wants to do. We ain't got time for that. That's woo. That's that. Yeah. Come on, I don't know, man. That's gonna be something. All right.
Gotta watch the views. See the views when after that comment.
All right, so here we go, right? I think we can all agree on this 11, regardless if they're going to be starters or not. I think if we was to come out tomorrow, for me, I think this will be your starting 11. Only question I might have is Forbes and Michael Davis. We'll start with you, Breeze.
No, I agree. That's looking at it. So Forbes and Davis would be my one question, but for the most part, I'm pretty settled. I'm pretty comfortable with that. Yeah.
What you think, DT?
I think the only one for me, like, is really the secondary. How's that's going to make up? I believe St. Jude's, obviously he'll have that one side of the job. That battle between Davis and Forbes, and I still want to see how does the free safety spot look with Forbes coming back, and you got Quan Martin. I think that's going to be an interesting battle. Me personally, I would probably put Quan at starting free safety.
Oh, I didn't even. Yeah.
And have Forrest at strong safety, and Chin be that box linebacker, like he was saying, the defense. So he'll kind of be like somewhere slotted as a nickelback, but he'll be playing that third linebacker role.
Yeah.
Yes, Ceelo.
Yeah, I think DT took the words out of my mouth. My question was going to be, I mean, y'all already said Forbes, but Defoe, I don't know. I think he may be, better suited as a strong, and then maybe have somewhere else in the back end. I'm not sure. So we'll see where Defoe ends up playing in the majority of the formation. If they still run a majority 4-2-5, or if they're a nickel or dime more often, depending on where they go or where they mostly play.
Yeah, Garage looking at Defoe. Can you make a case for a roster spot with the safety being so crowded? I like Forrest over Percy Butler, but will they? Yeah, I think I don't know, man. Percy had to have a dramatic change from last year. But
the issue with Defoe is health. It feels like his first year, I think, was cut short because of health.
Yeah,
Second year,
he missed his whole rookie season.
Yeah.
Second year he was healthy, and in the third year he missed most of the season. So I think for him, that may be where he falls short, if anything. Not less about his ability and more about his health and status.
Yeah.
All right.
I think Forrest is good though, but I agree with what DT said though, as far as Forrest being more of a strong.
Man, that secondary, them corners after Forbes.
Anybody gets hurt, call it a wrap, bro.
I like the dude from Colorado State though, the undrafted rookie.
And I do like Blue Kelly.
He got a good upside.
I like Blue Kelly as well. I'll see how he pans out. I can't.
All right, let's see. Fowler. Is Fowler a yes?
Yeah, he's like their pass rush specialist, so for sure.
Mm-hmm. All right, for Darian.
Yes. For Darian, I don't know, man.
Oh, hold on. I don't know why I see it. Yeah, wait a second.
Put a question mark.
Yeah, let's skip
yellow. Put that question mark right there.
Newton is a lock. Yes. KJ Henry.
Jamin.
Henry is. We'll have to see. We'll come back. Season strong, but.
Hey, Ceelo, can you look to see how many defensive players we did last year?
Oh, wait. So we're highlighting the people that we feel like are locks, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do the locks first.
You might as well skip down to Forbes and Martin.
Also, think about this.
Then we're gonna come back. Mm-hmm.
Think about this too. Yep. Obata is still recovering from that leg. We don't know how far along he is.
No, Obata.
Bro, I'm just saying, like, okay, you did not highlight KJ Henry, so I'm just letting you know.
But we probably will, though. We probably come back and do it. I just want to do. I want to do that for
that
sure.
Edge room, I don't really trust nobody after Fowler.
And you really can't trust him for full game, really.
Yeah.
You
Right?
trust Fowler for a full game?
Not because the last couple years he's been situational.
Dorrance Armstrong been situational.
I think Dorrance Armstrong will start, but Fowler be the pass rush specialist, like third down, rush in.
And Dorrance Armstrong played a lot of run defense too. Fowler was specifically like a special pass rush specialist, if you want to call him a specialist. I don't know what to call it, but yeah. But I'm with you, man. It's just some question marks, man. I mean, can Armstrong? Can he play a traditional end? I guess we're gonna find out.
We'll see. They moved him around a lot. He played some 3 techniques at times. Yeah,
that's true. All right, who else we got? Jeremy Reeves, if he a lock?
I think Jeremy Reeves is as close to a lock as you can get without being a lock. Because I think they want to keep Hampton. I think we looking at Reeves and Percy competing for that last spot, but Reeves is a all pro on special teams though. So like Percy would have to have an incredible preseason and training camp to knock Jeremy Reeves off the roster.
All right, let's do this. Forbes, Martin, Ridgeway. I don't think any of us have like a question about Ridgeway. Let's see. Ooh, this is nasty.
Man, I almost said a bad word up there, man.
This is nasty.
It's like looking at Team Builder, EA College Football.
And so I don't know. I know we're not there yet, but to DT's earlier point, man, our rush ends. I don't know what they're gonna do.
Oh yeah, Glenn, where's Furrow at? Oh yeah, I already got it.
But
I think KJ Henry will make the team. But I just don't
I
think
want to shout out all of the Game of Thrones folk. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
Yeah, please.
No
Y'all gonna
spoilers.
get kicked out. Y'all gonna get kicked out.
T-Mac was good. Really want to see how the Force Quan Martin battle shake out. Glenn with a view.
I think those are the starting safeties.
Jordan McGee, not a lock at.
But we ain't get there yet. But
I think Reeves will adapt to the new special. Oh boy.
Yeah, but Reeves, he's coming back from an ACL though. So, you know what I mean? Like,
all right.
I love Jeremy Reeves though. I hope Jeremy Reeves makes the team. I just,
probably makes the team.
Yeah, I think he will. But.
Anybody on here that you all believe is a lock? That's not highlighted.
That's not highlighted.
I think McGee is probably a lock.
McGee, I think they really love him.
I feel like the any of the draftees are a lock.
I think John Baptiste and Hampton might be practice squad candidates.
I don't know about Hampton. I don't know if he's going to make the practice squad. I don't think he's going to make the practice squad.
That's the safety we drafted right now.
From Washington, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's going to make the practice squad.
You saying if they cut him, he won't clear waivers?
Oh,
I mean that depends on the camp and preseason he has though.
Yeah, I mean,
I can very easily see a situation where Percy Butler is the odd man out of that rotation.
I do too.
How do you pronounce the DB down there that we undrafted dude?
And don't he got a nickname? What's his nickname? Duran?
Nah, the undrafted dude is Noah played in Miami. The undrafted dude y'all talking about, he ain't on here, I don't think.
Apparently he had a good OTA or mini camp, whatever it was.
Chigozie right here. Yeah, Chigozie. Yeah.
That's the intriguing one.
Yeah, I like him.
Like he was locking up he was locking up Dotson apparently.
I ain't trying to have the Asheville syndrome. But
no.
All right, let's see.
Being real, man. I don't trust nobody.
Yeah, I agree with you, Dot. Like I definitely think I think Dominique. I think he makes the roster.
Hampton.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, like I said they don't owe Percy anything. He was a mid-round pick from the last regime who hasn't really done a whole lot in the time he's had to play. They just drafted Hampton, so. And again, Reeves what he does on special teams and at safety when given the few opportunities he's had to do something back there. Like I said, I think it's very possible Percy is the odd man. Now he has to show and prove very well for himself in training camp and preseason.
All right, so and I'm gonna do this later. So
defense, we had 37 defensive guys if you include Chase Young, and then we had 33 offensive guys. I know it's more than 53, but I think people went in and out, practice squad, stuff like that.
We gotta wait. We had 18.
Special teams too.
All right, okay. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They had 7 defensive ends on the initial 53. This is before they did the pup and all that. They had to put them initially on the 53. So we had 7 defensive ends, right? Just sticking with a 4-2-5. Right now we have 1, 2, 3. That's it.
Yeah, 3 official. What you saying is a Pharaoh?
If we do, if we do, just based off of last year. Just for now, just to get this set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we need 4 more. We got 1, 2, 3.
Henry Jones and I can say Henry Jones and Baptiste.
Yeah. KJ Henry.
I don't know if Jones is a lock, but
What about FA though?
well, he's still recovering though, right?
Yeah.
That's the only thing against him.
FA was what a broken leg or ACL?
Leg, broken leg.
Broken leg. I mean, we got to see what he looked like.
See, he's
We go Jones.
better than Jones and Baptiste.
I would go. Yeah, I would go Jones and Baptiste probably before I go FA.
Yeah,
Because some of these guys we don't even really know. So
and they like Baptiste too.
yeah, I think they do.
Yeah, and I didn't realize Baptiste went to Ohio State before he went to Notre Dame. So
Yeah,
you know, he got a little.
He was in
been
the
around some more.
All right, let's see what we got. Let's go to some comments real quick. The Ranches, I think Reeves and Obata will be on PUP.
I think Reeves might. He tweeted something today that like led me to believe he might start the side on PUP. Tomorrow, I just want to play football.
Yeah, McGee and Hampton, in my opinion, would make this team. Butler out. Hampton would be a better special teams player.
McGee was what, 5 or 5th or 6th?
5th.
Yeah.
A-Dot been talking about Dominique Hampton for a minute. Owens was undrafted. I like Hampton. He come from a good military family too. What's up, Unc? T-Mac, how y'all feeling about Fools?
No, that sound like.
All right, Ron.
How y'all feel about Fools? Like, I don't know with him. I'm torn.
I'm not finna trash Forbes after one season. It was a bad season, but we talked about this last season. I'm not gonna trash him after just one bad year. I want to see what this new staff can get out of him. Now, if we having the same conversation next year, different conversation.
Uncle after 10. Owens is the flat earth kid. Oh, okay. Learn how to kick field goals who he wants to be. Oh my God. Where's Slim at? Slim ain't gonna like that.
Oh man.
Obata has history with DQ if he's fully recovered.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah.
Oh, what's the history?
In where were they?
Let's see how many lines.
Seattle.
I might have been in the league for a minute. I didn't even realize that. All right, D tackles they had 4 last year.
No, I'm sorry. It was Atlanta, not Seattle. I'm sorry.
So we got 2. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we might have all 4. Just to look at. I mean, we can come back for sure, but
how do y'all think when this determining roster construction, like instead of having 7 defensive ends, and some of them probably will never see the field, that you have some guys that can kind of do both. Yeah. So like you keep hearing Luvu is like a really, really like savvy defensive rush DN, and you hear they trying to maybe try Jam Davis out. You feel like maybe they may look at those guys as quasi DNs, and so maybe you won't see the 5 and 6 or 7 DNs on 53.
I feel like they're gonna have a legit rotation, like outside of Payne and Allen, who I think will even be rotated when Jazon Newton gets back, and Fedarian, who knows. But we know how strong Ridgeway is against the run and all that if he makes the roster. But as far as the ends, I think you have legitimately like 8 guys on this roster that can go get the quarterback from being an edge rusher. I think they plan on having a legit rotation. And to that point, none of these dudes are being paid as like every down defensive ends. They all kind of paid as situational guys and have been situational guys.
Right. That's what makes me think they may go lighter on DN, like classic DN, and they may say, okay, we'll keep Armstrong, Fowler, Farrell, maybe KJ Henry, but we're just gonna assume that that Davis and Luvu will be the other 2 together, maybe a half, because you may use them in certain packages. That may make more sense.
So
but
I
think the roster will evolve like over time.
How many D tackles do we think we keep in there? That's the plan at end. I'm looking right now 4, 5.
Yeah, we got 4 now. That's like automatic.
Because remember, Dallas signed Ridgeway first, but Dan Quinn was there. They just didn't think.
Yeah, he's a lock. I think Ridgeway is a lock.
I think Ridgeway is good, and Newton obviously, Mathis, you want to give him every opportunity of being a second round pick, but he's not a second round pick of this regime. So it's like we don't really owe him anything. So out there.
I don't know. All right, let's come back. We got 4 now. Let's come back. Let's do these linebackers.
About the Owe, man, he had a nice little end of the season too.
He did.
Oh yeah.
He did. Yep, he did. He had a couple good preseason too.
Yeah, I think he had an overall decent year for the amount of snaps he played.
All right. I think this is so. Let me see. We got James Pierre. We got Anthony Pittman. I think McGee definitely makes this team. Michael Walker. See, a lot of these guys I don't know a lot about. To keep it a bean, like Keandre. Oh, these guys from San Fran? No,
Is that it? Yeah, I don't know.
Is that what that means?
I don't think so.
Those numbers always continue out on that website.
I gotta check our list. See what SF means.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, what does SF mean?
Yeah, I guess it is. Their last stop.
Why would it say 24? We ain't had a 24 season yet. Maybe they was cut recently, I guess, after the season.
He did.
Oh no. And
that's when they acquired
DeAndre Jones never played for San Francisco.
Yeah, that might be the year they were acquired. Because Henry has 23, Mathis has 22, Reeves has 18.
I know the years was their NFL years when they came into the league.
Right.
And if it's a number beside it, that was the year they was drafted.
The round they were drafted.
Yeah. The year and then around. And then I guess this waived. W may be waived by Green Bay. I think that's when we picked up. I think he's with Green Bay before us.
Yeah, I think so.
I think he signed with Dallas, undrafted from Dallas. So just got to figure out what these mean, because that's interesting. But what do you all think? Like I don't know. Like I don't know about Pittman. I don't know about James Pierre. Maybe some people in the comments.
Yeah,
I know that. Like I said, I know that Igbenanage had a really good OTA and minicamp, according to Kine.
He said I feel like is dog meat.
I just want to say they are still shooting fireworks in Northeast DC, and
yes, they are.
I hope all the bad stuff happens to y'all.
That's crazy.
And you already we I saw your comment about special teams. Yeah, man. Like whoever makes the 53, those back end guys is definitely going to be playing special teams. No, we're not doing that. Trail load the roster. I don't know that. I ain't even know. I don't know how I missed that. Maybe I did see it. I ain't paying no attention.
He came from.
That name sounds familiar.
Pittman came from Detroit.
Detroit. Yeah.
I know he's undrafted on there, but I don't have a year. So we gotta look. We got some new guys. We gotta learn, man. We gotta do some work on.
We got a lot, man. We got a lot of.
Gotta do some work. Michael Walker was with DQ in Atlanta. Oh, there go Radar. Radar got all the info.
Yeah, man, that boy know every player. League.
He said just flip a coin.
I mean, yeah, but you know how this fan base does, though. Somebody's gonna do something in training camp and preseason, and people gonna fall in love with him and be mad that we ended up cutting them, and they end up never playing the NFL game. Like that, you know how that goes, man.
Yeah, says FA definitely making the roster.
Keandre is at he was at Ohio State. They transferred to Maryland. I remember that.
We're just going to put them here. I mean, this would be the linebackers. Yeah, man. We just highlight these two guys, and just kind of like we saying, like every week, man, we're gonna come back and we're gonna get more information from training camp, and we're gonna see these guys. We're gonna move them in and out to see who's doing what, especially after when they bump for the joint practices. So we just added. So right now we got 1, 2, 3, 4. I didn't mean how I am. 3, 4, 5 linebackers. And Radar believes we might keep Michael Hall. Walker. But let's come back. All right, secondary. Based off last year, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 in the secondary. So right now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
3 more spots.
I'm going to go Dominique Hampton.
Hampton, Reeves, and the undrafted kid, Wuzier.
This be a surprise, Wuzier.
Chigozie, and whatever his name is, him. Because I mean, based off because they signed him to a deal similar to what they signed Sam Hartman to, where it's like there was a bidding war for his services, and they paid him like, oh, we're going like with the intent of you're going to be on this roster kind of thing. Now, obviously he's UDFA, they can cut him.
Yeah,
but just the way that they bid for his services, won the bidding war, and paid him, they paid him like somebody that they expect to have around. Only thing with him is that he had a knock on him for not taking the ball away. I think he had 1 interception in 3 or 4 years at Colorado State. But that could very well be the way that they were coached to play, at school. So we'll see.
All this gets funny, man. Like,
so we have 1 more spot.
We're gonna go with Jeremy
Reeves. Yeah, I'm going to Reeves.
Yeah, we go with Jeremy.
Yeah.
But in terms of secondary, you only have 1.
But it's a lot, man.
5 points.
Yeah, but Quan, if need be, can play corner. If push come to shove, can play corner.
Oh no, man. Hold on. Okay, we got the news that he's a corner. That's right. He's a corner. Man, this is going, but like it's competition, but it's not like A1 competition. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we don't know though. We don't.
I mean,
know.
that's true. That's true.
A lot of these are names that we don't recognize that we aren't used to seeing. Like they can get in the camp and be thumping every day. Like we just don't know. So my hope is that they get in the camp and in preseason. Trail, don't start. You already you sold us on Forbes last year, Trail. This is your fault.
It's his fault.
This is your fault. You're my brother and I love you, but this is your fault, Trail. Ron heard you talking last year, and they picked Emmanuel Forbes based on you.
Yep.
How many did you say Ceelo on defense?
I had 37, including Chase Young, but like I said, a lot of guys. That's the roster.
You included the special teamers too, right? Because they usually do defense. All right, so that's like 34. Let's go 33 for Chase.
Okay.
All right, so we got how many got now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We only got 25.
You count the last one?
Yeah. We only got 25.
25 out of 30.
I don't know. I mean, I guess because he was a second round pick, and if you want to, I mean, we got Defoe in there, right? I mean, Defoe kind of, even though
we've seen Defoe
more when he was healthy.
Yeah, we've seen Defoe produce. We haven't seen anything from Mathis like of note.
Said Mike Tyler Owens red. And I don't know, man, but we'll see.
I think Christian Holmes might have a chance too. He's been developing, but he just
Yeah, I think Hampton definitely makes the team. DQ and Witt going to have that secondary flying around. Forbes is starting to get on my nerves. Throwing Obata, Mathis, and Blue. Yeah, I think I'm with y'all on that.
I don't know, man. I think I might if we Obata and Mathis, I'm cool with.
What about Kelly? I think he did. I think
I might lean more Christian Holmes than Kelly or
Noah. I'll lean Noah because he got with Dan Quinn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dan Quinn for sure.
I don't know what happened to him in Miami. Maybe he was
Both the eye. Y'all think? Maybe.
You said what?
Yeah, he'll be someone like them two would be battling, and I think
Both the eye. You think he might be a lot?
let's just like I think because
I'm not trying to figure out
I think
which
more
position
practice
groups.
squad guy, maybe.
I'm trying to think which position groups would have like an abundance. Like sometimes you have a lot more in certain packages.
I think D line and D back corner specifically will probably be the biggest like practice squad candidates.
yeah, I mean, you look at them together. D tackle and D end had 11. Cornerback safety they had 11. So, see how many we got now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we definitely can add some more D linemen.
Oh, I mean, we gotta look at the offense for you know what I mean. Like, well, we ain't
we not. Yeah, we only doing
yeah.
33.
That's right.
Yeah,
About to say because the way the offense might shake out could definitely have a effect on it. But I got you though.
yeah, we just doing it based off last year's number. Like it definitely changed as we move in for sure.
So
I mean that said Tyler Owens.
He said make Tyler Owens red.
Oh, is red bad or good? I thought
I'm
red
assuming
was
it's red.
Is red bad or
I'm
good?
assuming it's bad.
Definitely appreciate everybody for tuning in. Appreciate
y'all.
Those of you on YouTube, Twitter, appreciate you. Those on Twitter, if you don't mind, jump over on YouTube. You can still chop it up with us over there. Yeah. Hey, Dad, what's red? Is that good or bad?
I think
he said this exercise is proven we got a lot of work to do.
Yeah. Thank you, AI.
That's true, huh?
A lot of it is because it's names that we don't recognize, though. The names we recognized from last year that are gone, we knew were trash.
Yeah, we're not keeping a potato,
but,
man.
Like someone said a couple weeks ago, like Dan Quinn took over Dallas. There was a bunch of no-name guys up there.
Absolutely, that's 100% the truth. That's true.
You gotta believe in coaching for what he has. Then eventually get on that.
All right, man. So, all right, let's just pick people, and we'll come back.
I mean, we can go ahead and lock in Mathis, man, for now.
Yeah, let's lock in Mathis.
What year is this for him? Would this be year 3?
Mathis, yeah.
No, this year 4. No, 3.
Yeah.
Because he was injured the first year, and I think last year was his first season.
No, he got hurt last year too.
Yeah, he got hurt
last year too.
Yeah, he got hurt last year too. But his first year he got hurt like the first series or something, right? Yeah.
I didn't know he was hurt last year too. Dang.
Yeah, he ended up getting hurt like midway through the season, I think.
That's right, people. Please like the video. Hit that thumbs up for me. Yep, they're like we're still working on the stream. He said, "Man, I like that, Trill. Make sure y'all like button still working on the stream. Why we not keep missing? We got him. We're gonna add him. We're gonna keep him. Dog tab. The new special team roof. Yeah, but this right here is really gonna impact the bottom roster, you know. This is really going like how much is the top roster going to be involved in special teams, y'all think?
Refresh me. What's the new rule?
Yeah, I gotta get it. But basically, it's more like I would put it. Offensive coordinators are going to be a lot more involved because the kickoff return can essentially turn into an actual offensive play. This is why we're seeing the different types of returners back there. You're seeing B-Rob, you're seeing Forbes. So you're seeing speed, you're seeing agility, you're seeing power. You're seeing all of that as returners. And it matters on the kickoff side too. Right? So now you need people that can tackle in space. You need people that could put a target on players. Because a lot of players can't do that.
Oh, we know. If that's the case, Percy might not make it at all. All right, Percy, I love you, brother. We got cousin Percy.
Thank you, Dog Tide. Appreciate it.
Kaz Allen. Trey.
Return.
I forgot, bro.
We know it ain't gonna be Forbes. They did try him out.
They gave Allen every opportunity to be the return man last year. He couldn't even make it to week 1.
What about James Pierre, man? He might make the team.
Yeah.
How many linebackers we looking at? We already got what?
We got 1, 2, 3, 4,
5.
5.
I mean,
Let's go with Potato. Let's give him a shot just for now. And Obata can do both. He one of those players, Ceelo, that you said.
Right.
So
in some cases, man, they may move Duran to the DN. I mean,
I could definitely see them moving Duran to the end, especially once Newton gets healthy and you got Newton in the middle.
We need more cornerbacks, Sean.
Just to get the best guys on the field.
Either it's gonna be Holmes. You got CashApp field. Raz. This is Raz Castro.
Holmes or Kelly. One of them two.
I like Christian Holmes played good sometimes, but he usually real. I mean,
I like Holmes. I like he has stuff to work on, but I like Christian Holmes though.
Oh, Duran said Andre Jones will make the team. He could be your last linebacker, Ceelo.
Oh, he's the drafted dude, right?
Yeah, that's the dude Sip people was talking about.
Nah, Sip is Christian Holmes.
Oh, Christian Holmes is Sip?
Yeah.
Or Keandre. A lot of people like Keandre Jones.
I think Keandre Jones is the one. I think he's from here. I think he went to high school in the area, I think.
Yeah, Virginia. I think Virginia. I think.
All right, we need 2 more.
Man. It's like picking up.
Is this what it's like in the war room, man? Goodness gracious. I'm gonna go.
You went to Ohio State. Keandre Jones guy.
No.
Yeah,
Ron said he went to good counsel.
Okay.
Oh, okay, man.
We got to get one of these corners, man.
My vote going to Sip. I'm going with Christian Holmes. If we taking a vote, I'm going with Holmes. I don't know where y'all at with it.
I don't care, to be honest. So these safeties, we got 1, 2.
I mean, shoot. I think I've seen a little bit more Holmes than Pierre and Kelly. And
I just realized Quan is still listed in this. He's listed in the slot on. I got the nickel on here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he can do both, but
I can look at
Jeff. Why what, Jeff?
Woods is from I believe it's Pittsburgh.
Man, these new players, John. I ain't even really paying. We gotta do some homework. I'm glad the season's the training camp starting back up, man. It's really exciting because we don't know a lot of these players, so we gonna really have to be paying attention.
Hey, are they still wearing Commanders on the back of their practice jerseys?
I guess we
because we got way too many new players to be running around with the same thing on the back of their jerseys, man. I'm trying to figure out who some of these dudes are. Everybody run around with Commanders on the back of their uniform. Why do we have to have it? We just trying to fill numbers out based on what our projections last year.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corners. Safety.
I think in reality, like once the season get here, you're looking at St. Jude's, Davis, Forbes, San Steele, and either Noah, whatever. One of the two dudes with the African last names. And Quan Martin will be a safety during the season. But he's listed as a nickel because he played there last year.
We'll go with Percy for now.
Whew.
All right.
It give them benefit of the doubt. All right, so we got 33 on defense. Was highlighted. Like I said, man, this is just like initially, right? Initial 53. Next week, we're going to talk more about the position battles. We're going to do more of who's going to start. We're going to work with a 4-2-5 defense for now. I think it is Forbes if we start tomorrow. We just got Davis for now just to get a 53. Move this around, get this 53, move some of these players through the highlights. And every week, man, we're going to take some out, put some in to see what type of information that we get. But this is where we at, man. So what y'all thinking?
I think
Good
it's
start.
solid.
I think we got some homework to do.
Yeah, that too.
Is this dude a punter in Chicago? Did they move him to an end?
Nah, I don't think the P means that.
I'm positive. Yeah, I'm positive that's not what that means.
That's not what that means. I'm gonna go out on a limb and just say that.
Yeah,
Oh, he still got Nick Whiteside, Castro. It's gonna be this.
listen,
It's good competition, but it's not like A1 competition. But it's good, definitely. You just never know. You never know what happened, man. He could end up being something. You know what I'm saying? But this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun, man.
I'm excited.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Oh man, let's get to some of these comments. Do we have another corner? Yeah, we had
nah, he was saying why do we need another?
Oh, okay. It's low key exciting not having a clue what the roster going to shake out to be. That's true, Trail. Yep. They can't wear special teams lead them.
He meant play.
Yeah, we gotta. They can't. Yeah, I figured it. We can't. We got a whole new team.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, man, for sure. Unless we had only about 2-3 shockers. This season going to be like 12 or 13. Flat Earth Kid had high RAS, but aptitude testing and all field stuff kept him undrafted. But they like him. You definitely can't. Undrafted. Chen and Fowler were definitely drafted. Yeah, I think is you unrestricted? I don't know. I gotta look at our lads, man. I don't know what these codes. I just copied and paste from our lads.
Jalen Harris signed with the Commanders practice squad last year, so I'm assuming that's what the P is for.
Who's that? Hey, that
Wild Goose.
yeah.
That dude.
I'm assuming that's Wild Goose.
Y'all know he got a YouTube talk about his time he played.
Oh man, Wild Goose.
Yeah.
Remember at the draft party, we took a picture of the dude who had the Wild Goose jersey.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was crazy.
That was crazy.
That was crazy. I don't know, man. Gilmore, what y'all think, man? I mean, he's still at home. He waiting for.
I think Gilmore is one of them vets where he is in no rush to go to training camp.
Oh, you think it's him? He making it seem like it's everybody else, though.
No, I mean, if the right deal come along for sure, but I think he looking at it. If I'm him, he going into what year? What 9, 10, something like that. Like if I'm him, knowing how tough training camp is, like I'm not. And between performance and injury, there will be a opportunity for him at some point, within the first 4 weeks of the season, if not in the middle of training camp. He gonna get a phone call. I don't think Stephon Gilmore will be not necessarily here, but from somewhere.
Oh yeah, I think he definitely gets signed. It's just win.
Yeah,
it's win. Man, why Twitter keep updating the font, man? Keep changing the font. Oh, Trill just posted something. Oh no, actually the Commanders did just posted something about John Baptiste. His highlights.
Yeah, I think he was like tight roping the sideline or something on one of them.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, it's gonna definitely be fun, man. I want Gilmore to come here. I don't know. I think he probably if he had a choice, he probably want to go to a contender. I'm sure.
I mean, yeah.
Oh yeah, we did have to kick a name.
Definitely had blew it. Lord,
I
that
remember
was
that was crazy. That was crazy. Look at the round. All right, man. Like I say, man, we're back on the huddle. Was back. Back when we on Sundays at 9:30. Through
gang
training
gang.
camp throughout the season. So definitely tap in. Um, yeah, man. Ceelo.
Hey man, I'm just looking forward to some football. Can't wait to be in training camp and check out what some of the guys look like in person. But I'm just looking forward to talking some football. Let's get it.
DT. Drop the pods too while you at it.
Oh yeah. So for those that should know and probably don't know, also the host of the Command Time podcast. We go on
Dog
every
class people.
Wednesday unless something particular happens. Live at 7 o'clock. Also check out Enter the Lab. We will be back this Thursday, starting at 7 o'clock. And stay tuned for the Ins and Out D podcast. Much more stuff to be coming.
DT got a different podcast for every day of the week, man. I can't keep up. Lord, that's a busy man. Yeah, man. Football season's back, man. I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? Happy the gang is back together. You know,
He said, "Is your mic sick?"
chopping it up every week. And yeah, Cooling Up a Coach Breeze podcast, you know. Make sure y'all tap in, follow, share, like, subscribe, all of that. Like when y'all hit y'all like button on here, just type in Cooling Up a Coach Breeze in the search button and go do the same thing over there. And yeah, so yeah, we back at it.
Yep. I just want to let you all show something to you all real quick.
Said DT microphone sound like it's under the weather.
Because I got this book.
Because you got a book.
The book is over the mic.
Oh.
That's a great way to do a pod. Put a book over the mic. All right, let's see. So finally the store is open, is ready to go. I'm gonna put the website in the chat. And here is today. We just kind of put out the new era t-shirts to commemorate the 1 year anniversary of the purchase of the team. Here, these are the shirts. It's two different shirts. There's one with the feather and one without. Hit this barcode. It definitely works. It takes you to the website, takes you directly to the Burgundy Gold in the Lab brand, where we have other Commander t-shirts there. So y'all can go check that out. You can subscribe to the emails, get you a 10% discount or whatever. So definitely check that out, man. We have a lot of different merch coming out. As you can see, I think DT has on one of the Owning the Huddle t-shirts there. I think Ceelo has the Unknown Love brand t-shirt on. And of course, if y'all been to the website, y'all already seen Breeze who most of the different gear on. So definitely appreciate y'all, man. Definitely appreciate for all your support. Definitely appreciate y'all support for OTH from last year, man. We back at it, looking to do some bigger and better things, man. We're branching out. So we definitely appreciate all y'all support. So continue to support, continue to show your love. Remember, do it because you love it, not because it loves you. One beat, one sound, one heart.